Surname. Surname is? It's gone. Is this your friend?
Yeah.
Does he know your name?
Yeah.
Even if you hear your name, you cannot say it. What's your name? What's her name? Can you try and say it?
No.
For most of us, it's the first thing we ever hear as soon as we're born. Your parents have picked their name before you're even born. It'll be John for a boy or Jane for a girl. Whatever it is, they've probably decided it, and as soon as you pop out into the world, they go, hello Jane or hello John. That's the way it works. So we know our name as the first thing we ever hear through our ears. And yet, we can forget it in hypnosis. If you want to find out how, keep watching this video. Hi, it's Tran here from Feel Good Hypnosis, and I've talked about amnesia before, and this is a beautiful example. This is name amnesia. This is someone forgetting what their name is. And as I said up front, it's hard to imagine you could ever forget what your name is, but anything's possible in hypnosis because you're talking directly to that part of your mind that makes all the suggestions. So in this week's video, you've seen this girl before, and I'll put some links in the little info bar above to the previous videos. I made her, tattoos float off her arm, and in this video we're starting off just after that video. So I'm linking that previous video to this video where I'm saying that just like your tattoos had floated off your arm, your name's going to disappear. Now notice how I layer in multiple suggestions with the sort of same end goal. First of all, I say your name's disappeared. Then I say it's stuck, so if something was stuck it wouldn't have disappeared because it's still in there, but it's stuck somewhere so it can't come out. And I say it's on the tip of your tongue, and again, a popular phrase that many people use, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue but I can't say it. All these are leading to the fact that she will not be able to say her name. I even tell her that even if she hears her name, she won't be able to say it. In other words, at some point I'm planning, because there's a friend of hers standing just off camera, I'm going to ask them, what's her name? And he's going to say it out loud. That has the possibility to remind her and trigger her as to what her name is. And I want to be able to preempt that by giving that suggestion. Even if you hear your name, you won't be able to say it. So that's a nice tip to make sure you're thinking of all the things you're going to do once she wakes up and preempt that so there's no idea or suggestion that will ever come back. So I wake her up 1, 2, 3 wide awake, and she's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I ask her, what's your name? And she responds beautifully, dumbstruck almost. She looks around, she squints, and notice how I start to squint, and what's your name? And she just turns around and she says, I don't know what my name is. There's no bones about it. She's forgotten it. It's not there inside her head. So I move on to the second half of this skit, which is a lovely skit. It's a lovely second half of the skit in terms of saying, well, when you sing your name in rhyme, only in rhyme. So I want to reinforce that if we stop singing it, then she can't say it. But while she's saying it in rhyme, she can say it. Now, the suggestion is taken so well that the first time she sings the birthday song, it's always the easiest one to say your name in, she still doesn't say it. So I have to, get her to sing it a second time. And I said, you will be able to say it in rhyme. So I'm reinforcing the new suggestion that while it's in rhyme, she can say it. Second time round, beautifully done. But notice what happens as soon as she's finished singing it. Now again, while she's singing it, I'm sort of gesturing along like I'm conducting the audience or the orchestra, that I'm sort of almost dancing along to indicate we're in song mode, we're in rhyme mode. Then I stand still when the music's over, when the singing's over, and I say, it's gone now. You don't need to click your fingers, you don't need to do any gesturing. I could put my hands down and say it's gone, but it's nice and dramatic if you're doing a bit of street hypnosis, if not for her, for the others as well, to show that I'm doing something to make her forget her name. Now it's already gone because she's not singing it rhyme. It's still part of the original suggestion, but you can see that when I'm doing it in that way, it just looks good and it reinforces and reminds her the name's gone. So I say, it's gone, what's your name? And she can't say it again. As I said earlier, I say, even if you hear your name, you can't say it. So at one point I ask the gentleman, you know, off camera, her friend saying, you know her, just double checking, because sometimes you can just bump into someone for the first time, you don't even know their name as you're walking along or chatting with them. So I check, do you know this girl? Yes. What's her name? And I ask for the name. He says it, but she can't repeat it. So even though she hears her own name, she can't say it. But again, when it's in rhyme, notice how easily she's Fiona. There's no question that she knows it when she's singing it in rhyme, and yet it immediately goes. And as I said at the start, it's something you've learnt since you were a baby. That's your name, that's your label in life as it is, and yet she can't say it. A beautiful example of it, and beautiful expressions on her face when she's just going, at. Talking of expressions, look at my expression when I'm trying to gesture that it's gone. I'm going, it's gone. I'm pantomiming out those expressions in my face of confusion, of not understanding. This is something we all do when there's something I don't know. We all sort of squint our eyes and put on that face of confusion and puzzlement to communicate both verbally and non-verbally that we're puzzled. So I'm portraying that to her to again reinforce that her name's gone by saying, what's your name? Again, watch out for the point at which I say, well, you can't say your surname. Now that's a positive suggestion that I'm trying to get her to say her surname, which puzzles her that she can't say her first name but she can't say her surname. Sometimes that'll work. Once again, what do I always say in hypnosis? The client, the customer, the subject, they're in control of how they've accepted that suggestion, and for her total name's gone. So even though I'm giving a change in facial expression and going, well, you know your surname, that's a suggestion that she will be able to say it, she still can't say it. That's how she's accepted that suggestion. If you watch some other videos where I make people forget their names, sometimes they say their surname because I've given that suggestion. Well, you know your surname. That is not just a question, that's a statement, that's a suggestion within hypnosis. Her eyes aren't closed when I'm making that suggestion, but some people will accept it in different ways. So look out for all those things that I've talked about in this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you find it useful. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget to click the big red subscribe button so you get notified by clicking the little grey bell notification button next to it. You get notified every time a new video comes out from Feel Good Hypnosis. I really want to hear from you, so put your comments in the comment section below so you tell me what you think of this video, and any good suggestions you want for future videos, pop them in there as well, or against the comment section of any of the videos from Feel Good Hypnosis, so I understand what it is you want, what you like most, and I'll make sure I keep delivering that for you on this channel. Thanks very much for looking. Here comes the Street Hypnosis. Check it out. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. In a minute, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, the tattoos are no longer doing anything other than being on your arm. But just as quickly as those tattoos come back and be part of your arm, your name just disappears from your mind. Your name just disappears from your mind. It's like it's locked and stuck at the back of your mind. You know, like when you try and say something that's on the tip of your tongue, but it just will not come out. Nod your head that you understand. The more you try and think of your name just disappears from your mind. Even if you hear your name, you cannot say your name. Nod your head that you understand. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. So this is fun, isn't it? Yeah. It is. And what a terrible head for names. You said your name was? And, sorry, your name was? I don't know. You don't know? You don't know your name? You know your surname. Your surname is? It's gone. Is this your friend?
Yeah.
Does he know your name?
Yeah.
Even if you hear your name, you cannot say it. What's your name? What's her name? Can you try and say it?
No.
But what's fun is you can say your name when you sing it in rhyme. You can say your name when you sing it in rhyme. So sing the birthday song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to.
When you sing it in rhyme, it comes back. Just only when you sing it in rhyme. Start again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Fiona. Happy birthday to you.
It's gone. What's the name?
I don't know.
Sing the birthday song again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Fiona. Happy birthday to you.
And what's your name? You don't know, do you? And sleep now. Deeper, deeper, deeper relax.